Hello. Welcome to the PHNX Mercury Show, brought to you by the DraftKings Sportsbook app, America's #1 sportsbook app. My name is Corban Ford, and I am just one part of this amazing team that will be covering the Mercury all season long. And we're just going to introduce everyone, starting with Aaliyah.
Hi, guys. I'm Aaliyah. I am also writing for PHNX, and I'm super excited to be here and co-host and cover the Mercury this season.
Also in the back running things, we have Mallory.
Hi guys, excited to be here. I'm going to be producing this season for the Mercury. Been at PHNX for a little bit, helping out on the social end, but super excited to be part of this PHNX Mercury pod.
Definitely. We also have the awesome Ayab Dean, who'll be doing writing for our squad as well. So we are pumped. Season's coming up here in just a few short weeks. Media days already happened. Training camp is underway. Can't wait to get started. And we figured, sharing a little bit about ourselves to begin with, since you'll be on this road with us, we'd share a little about what drew us to the Mercury, how we became fans, little favorite memories, just to get, all introduced thoroughly with y'all. So we're going to start with Aaliyah and just kind of work our way around.
Oh, goodness. Where did I start? Well, I grew up with Gonzaga basketball. I'm from Spokane, so shout out the Zags. Can't live in Washington State without being a GU fan. And WNBA, I actually started as a Mystics fan. Hot take. That Christy Tolliver, Elena Deladon, like that team was it for me. And then I don't know. I think it's just the fan base. Like Phoenix, the X Factor is what drew me in. I was like, these are good people, good fans, and they really truly care about women's basketball. And I mean, we have the GOAT. We have so many amazing players. And so, yeah, I don't know. It just happened. What about you?
Well, for me, it's kind of the same, actually.
Yeah.
It's eerily similar. Growing up, just big basketball fan. Shout out to my pops for that. Just teach me. And he showed me love the game just as it is. Don't really cling to a team or a player. Of course, I was going to do that. So I picked teams based off of colors. And Lakers for me, purple and gold, boom. So the Sparks, kind of the same basic theme. I was like, I like it. Okay. So Sparks fan for a minute, Christy Tolliver, one of my favorite players.
Right.
And then about 2015, went to a Mercury Sparks game. And from that moment on, just the atmosphere, the crowd, I was sold right then and there. I was like, whoa, wait, hold up now. And just immediately swung over. I can't even describe the just intense relationship that started from there. It's almost as close to me as mine with chocolate milk. It's inexplainable. I can tell you the exact moment when I became a chocolate milk convert, just all over.
Oh my God.
Bringing it back. It's just, the Mercury from that point on, I've just been all over. It's been one of my favorite squads. I can't describe it aside from saying that intensely following them, living and dying on every shot, every tweet, everything. And that's what brought me here. Mallory? Throwing you right over there.
Yeah, so when I moved out here freshman year for college, the Mercury season was still going on, and they had student tickets, so I pretty much went to every Mercury game 2019 that summer and fall, and just fell in love with the team and have been keeping up with them since.
There we go. Short and sweet. I love it. One question just for all of us here, who is one of your favorite Mercury players? Of course, Diane Taurasi's obviously I can't be one person out.
You got the GOAT shirt on right now. I'll meet you in the lobby.
It is what it is. But for me, actually, she had a very short stint in Phoenix, but I loved Leilani Mitchell. The backcourt with her and Breon January.
Yes, and I was like,
that has my heart. DeWanna Bonner's also one that I was just really, really tied to. But those are just a few of my favorite players.
Yeah, yes. I mean, also with Leilani Mitchell, love her. Not mad she went to the Mystics either, because, like I said, they still have a little place in my heart, not going to lie. Candace Dupree. I really, really love me some Candace Dupree. So, yeah, outside of Diana's the GOAT for me. No one tops her. But, yeah, I think that's who I would give it to.
All right.
Yeah, I was going to say Breon January, like you mentioned, Corban. Got to give the shout out to the ASU alumni,
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
Love all that there for sure. All right, so just kind of transitioning from our own individual relationship with the Mercury into this actual Mercury season a little bit.
Let's break it down.
Yeah, I mean, we first can't really get too far discussing the ins and outs of the Mercury roster without, obviously touching on the Brittany Griner situation that's currently ongoing. She's been detained in Russia since February, and it's it's an unfortunate situation. It's a complex one to talk about on a human level, in addition to trying to separate that from the actual basketball. And in some ways, I don't even think you should.
Right.
How do you feel about Aaliyah? It's been a while now, and it's really unfortunate.
Yeah, it's definitely an unfortunate situation. Obviously, we all hope that she's just safe. That's the main priority. Definitely kind of what the team is feeling based on their training camp interviews and different things. It's kind of everybody's like, put basketball aside, we just want BG, the person, to be safe and okay. And obviously we want her home as soon as possible. But yeah, I mean, preferably sooner rather than later. But like I said, safety is her top priority. And I hope that, she can get things figured out as soon as possible.
Absolutely. I think one thing I really enjoyed was specifically the WNBA draft. You have this amazing moment for so many young players, influx of talent to the league. And yet, even while it was a joyous celebration of these players, it was also a moment to, talk about BG, and how much she is respected and cared for and appreciated in the WNBA and the community, the fans, all of us at large, and how just objectively speaking, like, we just hope that she's okay. Can't wait to get her back home safe and sound. And basketball be aside from that, just someone who means a lot to the community, a lot to the Mercury, a lot to us fans, just everyone. So that is something that really wish soon would come about. Definitely.
Yeah. All the good vibes out to her and her family for sure.
Absolutely. And I did think it was really cool that we did have, after the draft, President of Player Association Nneka Ogwumike, WNBA, of course, Commissioner both at the draft and a little bit later, Kathy Engelbert, like, all spoke out in support of Brittany Griner, saying that they are going to keep, they're not suspending her contract. So that is definitely really important. We'll continue the drives and foundations she's had here. I think that's really big as well. And it's a way to not only like honor and keep BG at the forefront, but also keep the work that she's done also there. And I think that's really big.
Yeah. Brittany's always been very vocal about her love for Phoenix and for the community. And so seeing the team and seeing the league really be on her side through this and still support all the foundations and different things that she was involved in is important. So absolutely. I really like that, like you said.
Absolutely. And I mean, that's the big news for the Mercury, but there was so much more in terms of the offseason, how much has shifted. We're going to dive into that a little bit, just kind of recap the year that was for the Mercury, look into the offseason and go from there. But first, we got Mercury fans, got to join the action on the court. Another WNBA season is on the way.
Yes.
And you can get on board with that with DraftKings Sportsbook. Turn your team's victory into your big win. The Mercury rack up a lot of W's. New customers can bet just $5 on any team to win and get $200 in free bets if they do. Yep, it's pretty simple. If they win, you win. And one thing I have to share, Leah, that I'm most excited about, not only being part of this amazing team and this podcast, is that I learned a lot about betting.
We've been taking our sports betting lessons the last couple weeks.
Yeah, I mean, this was something big for me. I knew about legs, individual bets that you'd make through the course of I think Brittany Griner is obviously when she's playing in the post. I know that Diana Taurasi is going to knock down maybe 4 threes in the game. But I had no clue what parlays were at all. I thought they were like something you order at the table. Like, I want a plate of tapas and can I get a side of parlays? Like, I had no clue before about a week and a half
sauce
ago.
Or something like that. Of course.
The education there has been really important. And I mean, parlays, knowing now that really means just stringing together bets. I was like, mind blown.
Yeah.
It was crazy. But guess what? Now, I mean, I'm just finding this out, but I'm sure all of y'all already knew this. With DraftKings Sportsbook, you can bet on WNBA hoops with same game parlays. Combine multiple bets from the same game for a bigger payout. The more legs you add, the more money you win. So definitely make sure to jump on board with that. DraftKings is safe, reliable, secure. Best of all, you can deposit and withdraw your cash whenever you want. So definitely make sure you get in on that. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use the promo code PHNX. Bet $5 on any college hoops team to win. Get $200 in free bets if they do. If they win, you win with promo code PHNX this week at DraftKings Sportsbook. Real quick, 21 and older, Arizona only. Gambling problem, 1-800-NEXT-STEP. New customers only, minimum $5 deposit. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook, for details. So, now we go. Thank you. Now we go into what was a crazy year for the Mercury.
Yeah.
I mean, as a fan, like, let's describe the whirlwind reaction you had all year long with them.
I mean, it was like coming out of, the 2020 bubble, didn't really know how things were going to fall. Then, kind of like an okay season. Diana wasn't super healthy at long strings of time, so we had her for a couple games, then she'd be out. Unknown with, when is she going to fulfill her contract? Is she going to retire? And then playoffs happened, and that was what? And so then, finals, and then all the things, and then offseason, and then we have all these new players, like, what? Tina Charles, Diamond DeShields, like, welcome to the club. We were so ecstatic when we had those new people come on our team, like, kind of like a dream team. Like, I remember, I'm sure you could go back on my Twitter, like, where did this come from? I mean, I'm not mad, but I wasn't expecting it.
Definitely.
Not expecting the Sandy Brondello move. I mean, maybe some people were. I surely wasn't. And then, obviously, the news with BG was, like, another thing to add to the pot. So, yeah, X Factor has not had time to rest this last year, for sure. But excited. All good hopes for next season.
Definitely.
And I think the cards are going to fall pretty well.
I'm right there with you. I'm feeling good about it. It was certainly a crazy year altogether. The Mercury finished 19-13. They were 4th in the Western Conference. They were 3rd in offensive rating, 7th in defensive rating, 5th overall net rating. They had a slow start to begin with,
Yeah.
Starting out kind of up and down, really gelling together. Remember, they were at the time reinserting Brittany Griner back in the squad after leaving early in 2020.
Right.
She came back as a force. You were incorporating Kia Nurse and other players. But then that second half, the Mercury just went on an incredible streak. And they rode that wave right into the playoffs, where they beat the Liberty in first round. They beat the Storm. It was emotional, even though she's coming back. It was an emotional game.
It
if
was.
you're a Sue Bird or WNBA fan, like, some tears may have been shed. Brought them back up, allegedly. That's what I'm saying. And then there was a really tough 5-game victory over the Las Vegas Aces, or 5-game series, 3-game victory over the Aces. That was tough. To find themselves in the WNBA Finals, where, by that point, you'd already had, of course, injuries to Kia Nurse. You already had banged up Diana Taurasi. You had banged up Sophie Cunningham, who was playing injured as well. It was a lot. It was a war of attrition, the playoffs, and at the end of it, let's just give the Chicago Sky all the credit in the world. Just they were healthier, yes, but they played well. They played well, strong, trying to tie together the second half of the season, and they won the series 3-1. But that led us right to the offseason. And I mean, let's kind of talk about that for a second. You had touched on it, and I want to get back to you on Sandy Brondello being out, and then the addition of new coach Vanessa Nygard.
Yeah, like I said, I wasn't expecting the Brondello move. I knew it was inevitable. I knew it was going to be soon, but I didn't think it was just going to happen like that. Like, I thought it would be like this is my last season, and then kind of we have time to adjust. And then the whole, like, rehiring process was kind of odd. Like, I just don't think... I don't know if they weren't ready or weren't prepared or something, but I am happy with, like you said, Vanessa Nygard. I think she's going to be a good addition. She was with the Aces last season and, has proven herself both at the collegiate level and the professional level. So I'm excited. I know she wants to focus on defense. That's something that she's hit a couple times in her training camp media, and which is something I've always complained about, like what happened to defense in professional sports. Like, I can hear my high school basketball coach still yelling at me for not boxing out and different things like that. So it's like, wow. what is happening right now? So yeah, I'm excited for that. I think she has some fresh eyes and fresh coaching staff and a fresh team. Like, I think it's going to be a good season.
Absolutely. I definitely was surprised, just given the year that the Mercury had relative to expectations, considering injuries and everything. But, best of luck to Sandy. She is now coach of the New York Liberty. They have an exciting season ahead for themselves as well. So that's going to be great for them. As far as Vanessa Nygard, like you said, very experienced, former WNBA veteran. So she brings that table as well. And yeah, defense is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
It's going to be okay.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be fine. Going from that to 2 big player additions.
Yeah. We have a few of those.
Yeah, we had a few. We have Tina Charles and Diamond DeShields being the big ones.
Yes.
Who do you want to start with first? Break down a little bit, Leah.
I mean, I think Tina's self-explanatory. Like, she knows what she's doing and she knows how to apply it. So I have absolutely no concerns for her. I'm excited that we have kind of another big there to, you know, at least take BG's place until we can get her back. But we know she can score, and that's how you win basketball games. So
absolutely. Yeah, I mean, she's coming off of an insane season.
Yeah.
She led the WNBA in scoring, 23 points per game, 9.6 rebounds. She shot a career high from 3. Definitely stretch out the game from there. We know Tia Charles all her career, you know, as a WNBA all-star, as an Olympian, as someone with a monster low post game. And, you know, we've had Brittany Griner for years as well. So we know, you know, controlling the post, a big thing for the Mercury. But seeing her step out, she always had a solid mid-range game, but to stretch out to 3, shooting the volume that she was shooting it at, like,
right, she can do it, and so and be confident in it, and in those times of pressure when, you know, you're ready to break, she's proven herself to stay with that longevity. So
exactly, I'm definitely looking forward to how Coach Nygard incorporates her into his offense when you do have, of course, an Taurasi, and you have Skylar Diggins-Smith. The different plays are already kind of floating in my head, so this is definitely going to be fun to bring in a veteran of her caliber.
Yeah,
for sure.
Absolutely.
But we have another as well. Diamond DeShields, you know, 5-year vet, WNBA champion this past year with the Sky. What are you most excited about for what she brings to the table?
Her attitude. I love me some Diamond DeShields. And I think between her and Diana, I think it's just going to bring a fire to the team. Skylar's another chippy one in there too. So yeah, I just think that they're going to be a dream team. Like I said earlier, like they all can move the ball with smart basketball IQ. They know how the game flows. They can play at that competitive level and not get tired and not slack out. I think Diamond has been waiting for a team that can match her energy, and I think this might be the team that can match her energy.
Yeah, this is a perfect mix of veterans that have been there just a little bit longer.
Yeah,
you have that fire,
she's won a chip. She knows what it takes to get there, and I think if she can apply it well, it's going to be perfect.
Oh, absolutely. I think someone at her skill set in terms of being a great dynamic slashing kind of guard, who can play up, maybe do the 3 and bring the athleticism to the table is going to be great. Still working on a 3-point shot. I think she's like a career 30% shooter from 3.
Right.
She definitely bounced back this past year after a rough year in the 2020 bubble. But like having a player like that is going to be great, especially when you consider that, you know, for at least most of the season, the Mercury will be out the services of Kia Nurse. For sure.
Yeah.
We're going from that to the draft. Did you have any big surprise? You thought the Mercury were mostly bereft of draft picks, but looking at who they did target in terms of additional post players.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, we gave away all of our first and second rounds for all the players we just discussed, which I think was still kind of a smart move. I'm not mad about it. Yeah. We waived one today, which was kind of last minute, like totally screwed up all my Macy was waived by the team. But we still have Maya Dotson, and Maya Dotson is a beast defensively, so I'm very excited about that. Okay. She is top 10 for Stanford blocks. And yeah, she brings that energy and that youth to the team like we can do, and I definitely think that she's a great addition. But I mean, still training camp, so we'll see what finalizations the roster has when we're done.
And yeah,
I'm just gonna pop in here and get the chat involved a little bit. We've got some great little comments here. We've got Chris. Look at the shiny new show.
You guys are getting some love.
Yes, we love it.
We've got Sean. We outside.
We here.
Leah, this is so exciting. Can't wait for the Mercury coverage this season. Alex, congrats on the new show. And lots of fun. We've got, this is my favorite one here. Where's Girth? And that's a great question. He is in New Orleans, Louisiana right now for the NBA playoffs. Girth is on our Suns podcast, so you can see him there. Maybe we'll have him be a guest on our show in the future, but for now, you can catch him in New Orleans. But we love having you guys involved in the chat. If you're on Twitter, hop over to YouTube, say what's up. We love having you guys involved.
Definitely.
Yes, you guys are showing all the love. Thank you very much.
That's exciting. And that's also my favorite comment now, because I've seen it once or twice in the comments before, like Girth, and I was like, oh, but it always surprises me.
Yeah. See, and like,
that's
we're saying I'm a new Mercury fan, sold on this. See, that's what we that's what we like to hear. Tell your friends.
Absolutely.
Get out there. We have the best team in the league right here in Phoenix. Come on, guys. That's my mom. Hi, Mom.
Listen, love moms. I'm sure moms out there somewhere. Don't comment. It's all good. Don't comment. But thank you.
Oh
No.
my gosh, too
But
funny, too
that
funny.
is
But
awesome.
yeah, back to draft, back to new
Oh, you were eager to
editions.
switch back to that.
How are
weren't
you feeling?
You know, I'm excited. I think that, you know, the Mercury specifically in regards to the Griner situation, still working on roster spots. Training camp is always exciting. It's an unfortunate reality for the WNBA because you have so many players that are on the outside looking in through no fault of their own, really. And so that's always kind of a bittersweet moment in terms of looking at training camp and saying, okay, who's going to make it? But then realizing that there's going to be a player who's like really balled out. And unfortunately, just because of the roster limits, just isn't going to be able to crack the team. And
Yeah.
that's always a downer for me on a personal level. So I'm always weird about training camp. But it does mean that we are moving closer, obviously, to the season starting, you know, getting those fun quotes from DT,
Yeah.
from other players.
Yeah.
That's always exciting for me.
Yeah, they're watching their media after training camp, like practice is like they're clearly over it, ready to go home, and they're like, give us the quickest, most mundane answers. But they're working hard and they're trying to finalize what they need to do. So very appreciative for what they do give us.
Absolutely.
But yeah.
And we're going to dive into this more in our future shows, of course, doing player previews and such. But is there anyone that you are most interested in coming back?
Jacob's catching some heat in the comments right now.
There you go. Okay. You're doing your best.
There you go.
We're going to do a deeper dive on these players.
Anyway.
Plenty of shows coming up. But is there any returning player that was on the roster last year that you are interested in seeing, you know, whether that's curious on how they look come training camp, looking the season, throw the table to you. I mean, we have Shea Petty coming back. Kia Nurse is still out. Sophie Cunningham is there, you know.
Yes, my bestie. No, I was actually going to say Cunningham. I think she has shown up late in the season in those big games when we're kind of trying to make playoffs or in the playoffs trying to make the finals. I want to see that consistent. I want to see her make those big shots and show up the way that I know she can. She's athletic. She knows how to play basketball. She knows how to play basketball at a very elite level. She did great in college. But she doesn't bring the heat consistently. So I think if she can bring that consistently, it's going to really uptick the Mercury's momentum.
I like that. I do.
Yeah.
I think that she definitely improved in the postseason, coming big time and playing injured. I mean, we might add the fact that,
that's
you
true.
know, she was bringing some intensity, you know, mixing it up in the finals hit. I mean, it's funny that DeShields on the team because my one like defining moment of that postseason was that crossover in transition that sent Shields flying before Sophie hit the three. That was a scream in the living room type moment for me. So, you know, definitely seeing more of that is going to be very, very encouraging. And I definitely think that, of course, the room is there to grow, and she has improved this past season. It's reasonable to expect more of that this year. Yeah. For sure. I personally am a big Skylar Diggins-Smith fan.
I am too.
And I think having the integration of a Tina Charles who can open up the floor, you know, from both playing in the post and also stretching out to three is going to open up so much for Skylar Diggins in terms of getting to the lane. And I'm excited for that. Yeah,
and they played together with USA basketball for the Olympics, and obviously were very successful. So yeah, they have that chemistry already on the floor. I think it could be a really good pair also. Yeah,
that might be really fun. But we have a lot more coming in store on this show. You know, can't even let all of the cats out the bag. It's a lot of cats.
Have so many
it's a
secrets
big bag.
Coming. Speaking of secrets, I'm going to interrupt you for a second. Please. I don't know what's coming, but Coach Nygard did say that she has a secret weapon coming before the first game, but she wasn't going to say what it is. So
that is intriguing.
I don't know what that means, but stay tuned.
That is intriguing. Ooh.
Intriguing and exciting.
We have a question from Saul. Any concerns that this team may be too old? You know what? I'm going to put a positive spin on that. I'm going to say that we have so much experience on this Mercury squad that, you know, you can't have enough experience. You know, when there's crunch time moments, there's several players on this team that have won rings, been in the Olympics, you know, been in crunch time playoff situations, had big games. Age is certainly a factor, of course, but I mean, we saw DT light it up at age 38, you know, against the Aces. We saw what she did injured in the finals. We've seen even players that are, you know, entering their early 30s. Skylar Diggins-Smith had played phenomenal all year. And Tina Charles led the WNBA in scoring. So I don't think so. At least I'm not so concerned. I think it's more how they go to injuries. But Yeah, I'm chilling. How are you on that, Leah?
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I think obviously we have an older team, but I still think they're in their athletic primes. And I think the only person of concern would be Diana because, like I said, last year she wasn't super consistent. We didn't see her in every single game, but she still was showing up and showing out where she was needed. DT isn't wearing down, Griner possibly gone. It is a concern. I agree. And I think I would like to see Coach Nygard and the rest of the team kind of talk a little bit about how they're going to fill that BG hole. Right now they're very hush-hush and like, oh, we want our obviously safe and all those things are paramount. But the reality is we're starting the season without her and we don't know how long she's going to be. So how are we going to fill that gap? But no, I don't think we're too old. I think we have enough young legs coming in with our trades and with our newbies that we'll be good.
Yeah. And you can't discount, players that are hungry for more, whether you have a player in Tina Charles who is eager for her first championship or a player in Diamond DeShields who I think will take some usage up offensively, but also was looking for a bigger role. And some of the questions initially, were how is DeShields going to fit? Where, a lot of people are going to have some usage on this team. Well, there is a little bit of a need now, and DeShields was looking for a bigger role. So it's like a hand in glove fit to me.
Yeah, I agree.
Absolutely.
I agree.
For sure. But
yes, Mom.
Yeah, that was no, absolutely. Yes. Your mother is correct on that for sure.
Yes.
DT
will be there with her IQ regardless. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, Diana just knows basketball and she's gonna have an impact whether she's on the bench or on the court.
It's been a long while since I've closely followed the Merc, says Christine. But she's eager to get engaged again. Going to take her daughter to some games this season. That is great.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. That's, again, the biggest thing, I think, for the Mercury. Not only is the team, but just the fans that come out to represent it. Every game, it's packed. And that's been so much fun. Just love seeing, especially, like you said, young daughters and people who come and watch these games that are inspired. Get the kids involved.
That's why when they see,
Absolutely.
When they see people, that's what they want to do. I know for sure. I'm bringing my nieces and cousins and stuff.
Oh, yes.
I do have one question.
Okay.
Who do you think is going to be our rival this year? If we have one.
Ooh, that's a good one. Okay, so offhand,
I've been thinking about it all day.
You have?
Yeah.
I was thinking, okay, it's funny. Last week I was like, like contenders, like who are on that level. I don't see a team that's like, I mean, I guess you're looking immediately at the Chicago Sky, even though that was just a tough, like, postseason intensity finals level.
Unexpected finals. Yeah,
that kind of came out of nowhere. Clay Copper definitely, didn't make some friends, with the X factor there.
Right.
So there is a factor there. I mean, the shirts, all that, that's the thing. The Aces is always an interesting
proximity wise for sure.
Exactly. The sparks are there.
The fans always come out for each because we're so close. Yeah.
That's a good one. That's
Seattle's
a really
natural one too.
Seattle is.
Sue and D, obviously.
Ooh.
I'd like to see a little maybe New York. I mean Brondello switch, so maybe we'll have kind of some unfiltered animosity there.
Yeah, definitely. Ooh, Jacob with the hot take. Lived in the state my whole life. I've never been to a Mercury game.
Canceled.
I said I gotta change.
Cancel culture might be coming in hot with that one.
I am shocked. It's fine.
We'll have to get him out.
You did, and you see that's accountability, that's acknowledgement, and that's moving forward. I'm all about that. I'm sure we're all about that. That's great. Yes. Shout out to you, Jacob, for acknowledging. Yeah. But I'm shocked. Wow. But, let's not dwell on that. That's fine.
It is what it is.
Shame, yes. A little bit of shame. We're going to take this moment, shame, and now we let it pass. And we're good. Right. So it works out.
We'll be there. Nike Sav says, we wish we could get more training camp content, videos, pics.
I agree.
Yeah, for sure. I wish we had a little bit more, but I'd rather them work hard now and then we can ball out later. So that's...
There you go.
It's okay.
And you're right. We're going to keep bringing content, having engaged conversations on this team to make up in the meantime, between time. And then we get the games coming in, postseason coverage. We're going to have amazing writers here. It's going to be a blast of a year.
We're so excited, guys.
I am entirely excited. In fact, kind of segueing, Jacob's making himself the enemy this season.
Right. Like,
before we jump on
the elephant in the room.
Taking us, it's all great for a show. Thank you, Saul. Like, taking us out here. Aaliyah, any one final thought as we say our goodbyes here and put a wrap on episode 1 of the PHNX Mercury show?
Any final thoughts? I'm trying to think of like an extreme hot take, but I don't know.
Let's get him.
I don't know. Go Merc.
Okay.
all.
You know, I'm gonna throw
Period. Go
one
Merc,
to the back.
period.
Go Merc. Period. Oh, there it
There
is.
you go.
There's some flame there.
Suns in 4. I don't know. I don't watch men's sports, so I don't know if is that a hot take.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, Suns in 4 is perfectly valid. I mean, 5
That's
for
just
the
what
series,
I
but-
see the people tweeting these days. So
Okay. Yeah. It's
We'll
a hot.
see.
Yeah. I wish they wouldn't, but you know.
Oh my gosh! Now
Just-
you're the enemy of your own
No,
network.
listen. We're not gonna talk Suns today. For a final thought here, I just want to share again for all of us just how excited we are to be a part of this amazing team and to really put out just thoughtful, like passionate content about a team that we all love. Definitely going to be a lot of great written content. This amazing show.
Yes.
Yeah, and we're just looking forward to that. And also, on programming note, next week we're going to try to do Thursdays moving forward, but next week we'll be on a Tuesday. Oh, no, I tried it. I was trying to sing on a Tuesday. My voice, nah, I'm sorry. I tried it and it was no. Tuesday, okay?
We will be Tuesday next week. Yes.
Tuesday next week. Same bat
Thursdays
time,
after that.
Same bat channel, exactly. And then Thursdays from here on out is the goal. Definitely make sure to stay with us on that, though. The PHNX YouTube feed is a perfect way to do that, as well as all of our social medias and
Yeah, come hang out with
PHNX
us
Mercury
on
on Twitter, the handle. Yep.
All the things.
PHNX,
Like,
PHNX
subscribe.
_Mercury. We'll check that just to be sure.
Yes.
Is that right, Mallory?
PHNX.
PHNX _Mercury on Twitter.
Yes.
We'll have lots of content coming up on there. Like Saul said, we'll get more content starting today. I'm just going to move myself back over here when the chat is on the screen.
Love it.
Like you guys said, lots of video content, written content, these weekly podcasts. So we're very excited to be here and bring you all of the Mercury coverage this season.
It's going to be great.
Yes,
it's going to
guys.
be great.
Thanks for tuning in,
Absolutely.
hanging out with us.
It's been a first fun one, the first of many. But for Aya, Mallory, Aaliyah, myself, we just want to thank y'all again. And, you know, let's go Mercury.
Yeah.